it's clear that you have confidence in your players. Do you think that that really rubs off on them?
I hope so. I want them, since day one, I've told them we're going to cut it loose and make sure you're having fun and you're confident when you go out there, because as long as you're going 100%, if you make a mistake, we'll live with it. It's when you're out there playing hesitant that we're going to have to get on you. But I want them to have fun, I want them to play loose and enjoy the moment.
And you feel like they're doing that?
They have, yeah. Especially when, the game's on the line. They've stepped up and made some big-time plays and crucial moments, and so that's been fun to see them do that, and then the confidence they've gained from those moments.
Sometimes that's a building process. Are you surprised that it's come so early in your coaching career that it seems like they gravitated to what you're selling?
Yeah, I don't know. We're still early into this deal, and we've had some good fortune in some games, but that's just the culture we wanted to create here. We wanted them to know, as long as you give us everything you got, that's enough for us. It's when you start slacking off here or there, or you're hesitant on the field, and we won't accept that.
How is this team different and better than that 0-2 team that went to Norman?
I think that 0-2 team would have killed them, actually. No. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to compare. It was a rough trip to Norman in 0-2, but the rest of that year was pretty fun. We had some great players. I don't like comparing teams. I just know we have a huge game coming up. It's the next game, which we've approached every game as a huge game on our schedule, and I think our kids will do a good job handling that moment.
How much does it help with the core of this team having won that game in 2011? They know they can.
It doesn't at all. It's a new year, a new team, new scheme. They look completely different. We look completely different. So I've never been big to look in the past. I mean, it's today.
There's something about playing in Norman with Big 12 Conference championships on the line that OU just somehow dominates Texas Tech.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're in week 8, so there's no championship on the line, so we'll go up there and give it our best shot. But it's a huge challenge anytime you go to that stadium. It's one of the storied stadiums in college football. Their fans are crazy, hostile, intense, and so it's a great college football atmosphere.
Kliff, do you think that how they've been tested, being behind 2 weeks in a row, that being very fit has cultivated a mental toughness that makes them believe that no matter what the score is, they can rebound and they have those leads?
I think that's helped. We've made a point of that during practice to let them know we're going to make sure you're fresh for the game, and our training staff does a great job with Anthony Pass, and then our strength staff with Coach Dennis has done a great job getting those guys to buy into our programs and how his program gets them ready for the games. And so just showing up in the second half, their fitness, and it's exciting, and hopefully that is a confidence booster for them.
Struggled in the game, and Derek Mays came in and performed fairly well. So what's the situation at cornerback going into this game?
Yeah, we talked about it today. I was proud of Derek stepping in and making some plays, but Ola's been solid for us all year, and he had some tough calls on some of those PIs, and that happens. If you play that position long enough, you're going to have some situations like that. So he's done a great job, and so I'm sure you'll see him out there again.
And what does it say to your team, Coach, when you have players like Bruce Jones that's picking that out in the game, saying, "Hey, look, put the game on me"? What does that say to the testament of defense?
Yeah, I've said it all along. A lot of seniors on that group with a lot of confidence have played a lot of football, and Bruce is one of those guys. And he's gotten better and better and better, and Coach Curtis has done a great job since he's been here helping him with technique and our scheme. And just really proud of him. He's got a swagger about himself, and he's a real leader on this football team.
And speaking of swagger, Jason Morrow, just some big, huge asset on your offense. Kind of talk about what it's like for your team to see him just drag people just 5 to 10 extra yards after the catch.
Yeah, he's a big boost on our team. The way he plays the game with passion, intensity, he wants the ball, he wants it on him, and you appreciate that. His effort in the off-season programs during practice, he gives you what he's got, and his teammates respect that.
Coach, going into the game, was it something that you guys saw on film against West Virginia that, hey, we could exploit Jace if they're going to match up this way, or was it more take what they give us and then we'll beat it up then, or was it going into the game, that was our plan, we're going to just feed them the ball?
Yeah, they actually tried to bracket him, did some things to take him away, but he created space on his own on a few of those. And anytime we got a one-on-one, Davis did a good job of finding him, and then he made the play. So it was pretty much more individual effort than anything.
Your first start came against Oklahoma. You beat not only Coach Stoops, but also Coach Leach. What do you remember about that day?
Yeah, it was my favorite start ever because it was Coach Dyke's last game, and we knew that we were 5-5. He'd been bowl eligible for, I think, 10, 11 straight years, and we wanted to send him out on top. And that team rallied around me and around him and found a way to get a win against a very good OU team.
What do you see when you're looking at OU? What are your concerns or focal points on offense and defense from the Sooners?
Yeah, I would. Speaking offensively, their defense schematically has changed a bunch from last year. He does a good job bringing people from everywhere. Very athletic, fly around, fundamentally sound. Will be a very, very good challenge for a young quarterback. And then their offense with the big quarterback, he's hard to bring down. And they have very talented receivers, a running back that can take it a distance anytime. And so it's a huge challenge. We know that going on the road there. And so we'll have to play our best game.
How has Davis Webb grown in these last 2 starts he's gotten in Big 12?
Yeah, he's played better. He's played better and embraced the challenge, not getting the start, from game one, and took it upon himself to improve as a player, and he's done that.
Did you learn anything new about your team Saturday?
No. Just got to keep getting better. I mean, I think the exciting part for me right now is I know we haven't played close to our best game, and that's all I know at this point about our team is that the best game is still out there.
Was there a turning point? Because there was a point in time where they had 37 plays to your 7, and it just seemed like you're down 11, and then all of a sudden you were able to just turn it all around. Was there a turning point when you went back and looked at it?
No, there wasn't. It was just I never saw a guy on the sideline blink. So here we go. Never felt panic. And that's a tribute to those guys. But we just knew what we had to do, and we hadn't done it at that point, and we knew we had plenty of time to get it done.
Has Davis earned the start this Saturday?
We'll see. We'll see how Baker feels and take it from there.
Can you just break down the differences between the two, mental toughness, physical ability?
Yeah, they're very, very similar. Davis is a bigger kid, probably doesn't move as well, but can run, and got a really strong, accurate arm. And Baker's a little more scrappy, likes to improvise a little bit more. But both great competitors, both played in great systems in high school, and both have been winners their whole lives.
What did the competition between those two do for both of them to kind of build their talent up as the season's gone on?
It's been huge. They know they got to go out to practice and bring it each and every day because they're pushing each other. And with that being said, they're each other's biggest fan in that room. They support each other. They help each other out on the sideline. There's great camaraderie. And so it's been a cool process to watch them grow together. What
did you tell Davis after the fumble on the goal line the other day? A lot of young quarterbacks might tend to crumble a little bit after that. What did you tell him, and how did he respond, you think?
I just told him don't ever do that again. And he knew it. I mean, I respected what he was trying to do. It's just wasn't the time to do it. And he responded great. He has a short-term memory. He knows what he's capable of, and he's a very confident young man.
Oklahoma's got a pretty good pass defense. What's the key to moving the ball against them?
Yeah, protecting it first and foremost. They're a ball-hawking defense, get their hands on a bunch of balls, and so they're good against the rush, against the pass. They're just an overall very well-coached, very disciplined defense, so it's going to be a challenge to move it in all phases.
Coach, you kind of created an identity now on the road. Kind of talk about that identity that you're kind of reiterating to the team for road games like this.
Just embrace the challenge, and you got to bring your own energy anytime you go on the road when things are stacked against you. And this group has done that and been a resilient group so far. So hopefully we continue to grow, and this will be a huge challenge.
Where did you get the teaching points for fortune favors the brave? Where did that come from?
Just something I've kind of stuck with me for a lot of years in my life. And no, I don't, but I just talk to our players about it. We're going to cut it loose, and we're going to play to win. And so that's kind of the motto around here.
Are you surprised that statement has resonated so much over the last 2 or 3 days, not only in Texas but nationally?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it'd be that big of a deal, but that, like I said, if we have the ball in our hands, we're gonna go win the game. We're not gonna try to depend on somebody else or something to happen or just sit on it. We're gonna take control of our own destiny, and that's what these kids want to do, and as coaches, that's what we want to do.
Kliff, did you get Jordan Davis back healthy at pretty much the right time?
I think so. He made a huge play, and he's very talented. Just had some injury problems around here, and kid we put on scholarship before the year, and has worked as hard as anybody in our program to get where he's at. So it was fun to see him have some success, and hopefully that continues.
At what point did he get back to receiving?
It was probably Tuesday or Wednesday last week, and came out of the game clean, so he should be even better this week.
What he saw, with what you saw from him on punt return, just the fact that he caught the ball confidently.
That's huge. Yeah, if you can catch it confidently back there for us right now, that's a big step.
Coach, when you guys talk about, I read something that you said, or everyone remembers where they had us picked to start the season. Are the kids still out there, and the coaching staff? Are you guys still, hey, we're not finished there. We still got to play with a chip on our shoulder?
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't change, and that's what I tell them. It doesn't matter what people are saying now or jumping on board. It doesn't. I mean, what matters is what we believed in this room from day one. And so we're all about the people in this team room, and the rest of it really doesn't matter.
How much of a teaching point did that provide from day one? You guys were picked to finish 7th in the Big 12, and you've confounded experts all season long. But how much has that provided inspiration for you guys?
It's been big. Anytime it was very similar to the situation we had last year at Texas A&M with where they picked us, and you have a good team and you have to have good things happen. But when you can continue to prove people wrong, it's great for a team's psyche.
And you watched game day before the game on Saturday night to see the pick?
Yeah. So that helped out Saturday.
Do you think Oklahoma may have looked past Kansas to this game?
I don't. I think Kansas has a pretty good ball club. They did some really good things. Coach Weiss is really good with his schemes, and they came out and started fast against them. So I don't think there was any looking past.
You noticed anything that Texas did well against OU?
Yeah, they ran the ball very well, and they won the turnover battle and pretty much everything else. That's one of those games that you can't put too much stock in it because you never know. One team could be 0-8 and the other one could be 8-0, and it's a toss-up because of the emotions and everything that goes into that game. So we don't look too much into that.
Do you know if Sadell Foster will be ready for Saturday?
We don't.
How's he progressing?
We'll find out today once we get him over there. So.
Can you tell us what's the date on that?
Something with his hip, contusion. I'm not sure, but that's where we're at.
Coach, former quarterback Case Keenum getting the start for the Texans yesterday. Did you get to see any of that game? What did you think about it?
I did. I watched it all. I was proud of his effort. It's a tough task, best defense in the league at Kansas City, loudest stadium in the league. But I thought he handled himself very well. Had a chance to win late and didn't get it done, but he's a tremendous player and a great person. So it was fun to watch.
Any changes to the offensive line this week?
Not that I know of, no.